what's up? What's up? Welcome to another episode of the CheckDown. I told y'all, man. I got him. I got me old. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nah, man. But I'm here with the crew, man. I'm enjoying it though. You know what I mean? For the moment, it only lasts for so long though. But JMIK is certified and pop. We all know how that feels. You get championships.
All right,
How
champ,
y'all
you
feeling?
got it.
How y'all feeling though, man? How everybody
I'm
feeling,
good,
man?
man. It's
Everybody
all
good?
good.
I'm chilling. Glad to be back with the people.
Yeah, man, I'm good.
Same old, same old.
I'm
Sir,
not
I
too much
vindicated, sir.
of a
I
fan.
vindicated for us, man. I got the revenge. Don't worry about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I was about to say I'm not too much of an Eagles fan, but man, I did not want to see the Chief fans just like prance around with like the 3P, bro. That's just something that I just did not want to see. So
The 3P would have hurt. But hearing that all, no, they would have been saying Rice Pete or 4P or whatever they would have wanted to make up the summertime about how they gonna do it again.
yeah, I mean, like they got humbled a little. It's not just for me. It wasn't just the loss. Like they got humbled in that game because they. I don't care what no one tried to say, man. Like I heard it in spaces early in the week, but that game to me, I will always remember the game being 40-6. Because I've been watching a lot of Super Bowls over my time. There's very few Super Bowls I can say that a team got their ass whooped, and that's exactly what happened.
It was, bro, I ain't gonna lie, it was shocking, right? Because I'm like, it was like 10, 17 after the Cooper Regime. I'm like, all right, Pat finna put his big boy shoes on. He finna go down here and get a touchdown. It's finna be 17-7. We finna have to go back down and score. This nigga come out and threw a pick. I was like, what? I was like, oh, Pat Mahomes being unfamiliar with himself today. He being a new person. He being unusual.
Vic was in his bag though, man. He ain't do crazy like defensive schemes or nothing, but when you don't have to blitz and you could just rush forward, man. It make it tough. Like I know all about that, man. Like the Super Bowls that we lost. Besides the Eagles, when the ones to the Giants, this is the same kind of story. Like they was rushing forward, we couldn't block it up, and if you can't block it up and you can't run the ball, like I'm not sure what to tell you.
Yeah, I definitely didn't see it playing out like that. I thought it was gonna be like, closer game, but us scoring, maybe like 30 to. I think my original score was like 30, 31, 14 or something like that. But I didn't see 40-6 at any point in that game being a part of the score.
Nah, see what I thought was like. So like when y'all got the pick six, I think the pick six made it what, either 10-0, 17
17.
17, and then Pat threw another pick and gave y'all the ball at like the 15 or the 10. At that point, I was like, yeah, this game is over. They're not winning this game. And like the funny thing is, I heard people talking about what halftime, they got it. I was like, bro, that watching football long enough, like that game was over. Like they couldn't run the ball, they couldn't throw it. The receivers were dropping passes. I was just like, yeah, this shit done. So
I think the Devontae Dagger did it for me
uh 24-0.5 kind of did it for me. I was like, yeah, they ain't coming back from this.
Yeah, but teams sometimes get lackadaisical, man. They get comfortable, they get complacent, they start playing to not lose rather than just win. To see them come out and be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm finna put it up here. I'm finna make them play for more points. Like 34-0, really, I was like, whoa. This is a boat race.
So the funny thing is, like when I look at the totality of the season, I'm kind of actually happy how it went, to be honest, because I think if you're a running back in this league, like you're really happy how this season went. Because it's like going into the season, like people was trying to devalue running backs and all that. In the season that Saquon had, and then like the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Saquon didn't have a good game. Like Jalen had a really good game, but it just like if I'm a running back in the league or I'm coming into the league as a running back, I'm kind of happy about it because it kind of proves the point that running backs might not be the most important thing in the league, but you still need running backs. You still need a running game, and so like going like just looking at the teams. Obviously you have teams like the Commanders that didn't really have a strong running game, but their quarterback could run. You had teams like the Bills who really leaned on James Cook and Josh Allen. Josh threw the ball, but like they really had a good running game as well. So that's what I took away from the Super Bowls. It's like, I mean, if you're building out a team and you're trying to be successful, like, yeah, you got to throw it, but you got to run it too.
I think a few running backs had good seasons. They got slept on too a little bit. They got overshadowed by what Derrick Henry and Saquon was doing throughout the season. But like Josh Jacobs, James Cook, um, who else I seen? It was another guy, Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah,
Like
Chuba Hubbard. I mean,
those
like,
guys had like,
and Gibbs too.
yeah, they had good seasons. But Gibbs kind of went into that, special talented back type guy. He got talked
Yeah.
about because his ability to do both. I'm just saying, like, more of the guys that majority of their yards came from being runners. It felt like a few of those guys got slept on. And then I would really look at the numbers, yards per carry and things of that nature. These guys, 13, 14, saying top of the league in yards per carry. Like, it was a good season for running backs all around.
Yeah, and I just think it's a good thing for like the league because I think that it was getting way too, pass centric to me. Like, and I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like the passing game, like, I love the passing game as much as anybody else, but you need a running game as well. Like you just can't have your quarterback throwing the ball 50 something times a game. Like I don't think that's a formula for success. And I mean, I don't care if you have the best quarterback in the league or a top 5 guy, or wherever your guy is. I mean, I just think that you got to be able to run the football. I mean, like I mean, it creates something for the defense to guard against. It's not just they're geared up for the passing game. Like they got to gear up for both and to stop both. As you can see in the Super Bowl, it's hard to stop a good passing game and a good running game, and then that's just the way it's always been, and that's the way it's always gonna be, in my opinion.
But congratulations to Pop, though, man. She ended up getting Kellen Moore signed over there. So guess what? For the 6th season, I got a new OC. Hey man, listen, I can't even complain, man. I'm at that point. Like, we just got to figure it out. Anybody know anything about Parks Frazier though? I know we hired him. I know he was the pass game coordinator for the Miami Dolphins last year, but
I didn't even know the dude existed, to be honest with you. And I mean, like, he's in my division.
He was the OC for Jeff Saturday for like 8 or 9 games that year. Jeff Saturday became the head coach.
Yeah, I mean, like the problem with being a coach on the opposite side of the ball for the Dolphins is like Daniels is like he's calling all the plays. So it's like, I mean, he probably ran like the meeting rooms with the Dolphins, but he wasn't calling the plays. So
I think they brought him more in for insight and his previous play calling stint. You know what I'm saying? And you've seen some things that with Mike McDaniels, I think you probably can add to this offense.
yeah, I mean, sometimes I
He
mean,
could be
like,
creative.
yeah,
Maybe.
I mean, sometimes it just depends. I mean, like, and you could bring in a guy that has never called plays, and he can figure it out. And then sometimes you bring in a guy that never called plays and he can't figure it out. So you got to hope that it's the former and like I'm not the latter, pretty much. Because I mean, like calling plays is definitely a skill. I mean, like it's a skill like a lot of OCs kind of, struggle with. So
Well, Parks ain't gonna be our OC. He the pass game coordinator.
that's
Our
important.
OC is Kevin Patullo. Kevin Patullo.
Oh, so he's taking a similar role then.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
Huh.
Yeah.
I
We
I
the
mean,
only thing we haven't hired yet is a quarterback coach.
yeah, but I heard something like you're like OC now is like a guy that like I mean like your players like love him or something like that. So
Yeah,
I seen
pretty
him
much
talking about,
everybody back though. It
yeah,
wasn't like the Brian Johnson where people were just like, yeah, we'll see. It's like people was kind of excited to see Kevin Patullo step into that job. I mean, he did a little stint in a few other places, and he pretty much been the same assistant OC slash pass game coordinator slash quarterback coach here. You know what I mean? So I think him and Jalen got a better understanding of who each other are too. It seemed like they communicate more than he do with Kellen Moore or whoever the OC was. He's always one on one with Kevin. So we gonna see. It's gonna be his first time calling plays.
So, so what's your damn, what was I about to say? How many what starters do y'all have to resign?
Starters, offensively only Makai Beckman. Defensively, if you want to say starters, you would say Josh Sweat, and Zach Bond. But rotational Milton Williams. But I think they're gonna let Milt leave. I don't think he's gonna resign with. to the Eagles. He gonna get somewhere like 4 years, 80 million, 82. He ain't paying that.
With
Man,
Beck didn't play right tackle or right guard or left guard.
right guard.
Okay, y'all probably let him walk.
Nah, he said he want to stay. And Adam Schefter said the team seemed like they want to let him stay. I think I think that man gonna take a super team friendly deal, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
after winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Was he a first round pick or he wasn't?
Yeah,
Makai was.
Yeah, so if he was a first round pick, he got money in that first deal that he got. So I mean, I could see him signing like a 1 or 2 year deal.
This man before we went to the Super Bowl said he was thinking about retiring if he didn't come to the Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he got some. The thing is, like, he got some loyalty to y'all because I don't think a lot of people were trying to sign him either.
We got him at the end of the free agency. He was one of our late ones, and then you was about to ride on the bench until somebody was like, "Hey, maybe we could try him at tackle one time, see what he do."
Yeah, but the funny thing was like in the AFC East, a lot of people were saying like they should have tried him at the Jets should have tried him at guard because he kept playing tackle, kept getting hurt, and they just never wanted to try him at guard. He went to y'all and y'all put him at guard and he played pretty well.
Yeah, but I think Makai will be back. Zach Bond will be back. I think we won't re-sign Isaiah Rodgers for some, just in case we're not able to get who we like in the. I think that, but I think other than that, I think it's probably gonna be Sweat out, Milton.
Oh yeah.
Even though Sweat cleared up a lot of money, extending him this year, you get like something like 16 to 19 million. I can't remember which one it was, but you get something like that. But then, that money only get moved down. So later on, the contract becomes a bomb.
Yeah, and I think y'all issue that y'all got Jordan Davis coming up, and then the year after Jordan Davis, and you got Jalen Carter coming up. So it's like, you got to be careful who you pay. So
2 years after Jordan Davis.
Oh, so it's 2. So I mean, but yeah, but the thing is, the thing with y'all is like y'all trying to pay y'all players early. So I would assume as soon as Jordan and Jalen is ready for an extension, I mean, like y'all gonna pay them like right there.
No, I'm saying like they 2 years apart. Like Jordan Davis will be next year, and then 2 years after that we pay Jalen.
Because what, like Jalen going into his this will be his 3rd season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like after this next season, y'all will probably extend it right after that because that's going to be eligible.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like y'all don't really wait to extend players. Like I mean, like y'all extend them as early as possible, which. I mean, it's a smart thing to do, man. Like teams like the Bengals and the Cowboys doing the opposite, and you kind of see where they're at. Like they're in a money crunch, cap crunch or whatever. I mean, I don't really. I mean, people that watch the show know I don't really believe in the cap at all. But I mean, when you wait too long and you wait to pay these guys, and like I mean, like they're at the top of their position group, and then other people in that group get paid, and it makes shit rise, and it just makes it harder for for you to pay them. So.
I'm sorry, Push. You will not be getting Makai Becton, good brother. You have to go draft me one or find another one. Makai coming back.
So,
hey, look, 3 people on this team that said they want Makai Becton back makes how we get him back. Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata, Saquon Barkley.
I mean, like I say, I think he kind of lower to y'all. So I mean, I don't think he's gonna try to rob y'all blind to come back. So
no, I think him and Zach Bond probably take relatively team-friendly deals off of what they did this season.
I mean, Bond, that might be a little more difficult because like that boy made all pro like that.
Yeah, but he only got 1 year of production.
Yeah, but I mean, he still made all pro though, bro.
He was 5. This is 5th year in the league.
Yeah,
he only had 800 snaps coming into the Eagles.
Well, I mean, the Saints, if I'm not mistaken, the Saints drafted him. He was pretty much playing special teams for them.
He was playing edge rusher and special teams.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to rake you over the coals for, I
think somewhere 13 and a half, something like
that. I'm not saying he's going to want some Raekwon or some Fred Warner money. I'm not saying that.
About 13 and a half.
Nah. I mean, he's not going to ask for that, but I think he's going to want like an increase. Definitely want an increase.
It's Eagle fans thinking this man going to come to the table with 20 on his mind. I'm like, are y'all
20 is
crazy?
what Fred and I mean,
Yeah.
Roquan is making. Like, he not gonna make that.
I said, look, he coming in, or Terrell Edmonds up there too.
I mean, but I don't think anybody gonna pay him 20. Like you can't pay a linebacker 20 off of 1 year production.
Nah. That's why I said 13 and a half. The first year probably gonna be low in money, right? It's gonna probably be an out in maybe year 2. But it's gonna be probably 4-year deal. You know what I mean? With a little bit of good money in the second and third year if you need it. You know what I mean?
I mean, I can see that. I mean, but I definitely think Josh Sweat is gone. Like I don't, and I mean, honestly, it actually works out for y'all good anyways, because like this draft is like heavy on the edge anyway. So I mean, you could let
I'm just
Josh
thinking
go.
about the money, Mick. That's the only deal. Like if we cut him, we get like $3 million. If you extend him, you get like 16.
Yeah, because I thought Josh Sweat was a free agent.
Yeah, but if you extend him, he frees up money. If
Okay.
we don't extend him, we still giving him money next year.
Yeah, I was about to say because what everything I see about Josh Sweat, like he's gonna command around 20 million from what I've seen a year.
Yeah, we still got to pay him some money because he got a void year with like
That was a void year, okay.
17 million on that void. So
yeah, I just think it's gonna be tough, man. I mean, like you got a lot of teams with a lot of money that's willing to throw that Josh Sweat
I don't even think they're gonna try. I don't even think they're gonna pursue that shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, like Williams is more surprising. Like I'm surprised Williams would get 20 million a year because
I
honestly,
ain't gonna lie. I think Howie might be on the phone with the one guy they don't want to see come to the Eagles.
oh, you talking about the dude for the Browns?
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing about that is like you'd have to give up like.
I can see Howie giving up 3 picks.
Yeah, I was about to say because for me, I mean, I think to get him, like I think you got to give up 2 first rounders. Like I'm not sure there's any way around that. In my opinion,
I think. See, this what I think. I think if you willing to, cause we got, if I'm not mistaken, we got the Jets third this year, no third, yeah, next year. I think if you give them the first and second and the third, that high third next year, cause the Jets gonna stink again anyways.
I
Especially gonna be
don't
the
know.
second round.
I mean, for me, if I was an Eagles GM, I would just want 2 ones. That's just me though. Like I mean, because he played the defensive player of the year a year ago and all that. I would want 2. But then again, you're getting the first from the Eagles. I mean, like I mean, you're looking at a pick that's 25 through 32. I mean, you know what I mean? So it's like it's like I mean, it's a first, but it's like a late first. So I don't know.
You think the number really 2 first though?
I mean, if I'm the Browns, like I got him under contract for 2 more years. He doesn't. I understand he ain't got no more guaranteed money, but it's like I'm not really. Yeah, I'm not really that pressed to trade him. Like I'm just not, because I mean, if you don't play, you don't get paid. So it's like, and he don't got no guaranteed money, so he got to play in those games to get all his money. Right. But yeah, like if I'm the Browns, it'd have to be an offer that I'm blown away by, and it's gonna help me like rebuild my team. Because face it, they got the second overall pick. They're pretty. I gotta assume they're trying to rebuild, man. Like the shit with Deshaun just did not work. And I mean, like if like what you're like going on 4 years into the whole like Deshaun Watson experiment, and that shit has failed terribly. So, I mean, I'm trying to rebuild. So, I'm trying to rebuild. I got to trade away some pieces that's gonna give me some picks, so I can rebuild.
I think if not 3 picks, I think 2 picks and a player.
I mean, if you're throwing a good enough player, then they might go with that possibly. If it's like if the player's young too, so.
Yeah, I don't know though. I do think he is trying to make that call.
Well, yeah, but I don't think
y'all the only team. That motherfucker for next game though.
But I don't think y'all the only team making that call. I gotta see Buffalo making that call. I can see the Chiefs making that call.
There's multiple teams on that phone.
Yeah, I just think that they all got to be contenders, though. I mean, you might even be able to throw maybe the Rams in there making that. Well, the Rams don't really need them, but the Rams can be making that call.
They opened up that door for Matthew Stafford. So you think they made the call?
I mean, Matthew Stafford ain't gone yet.
I mean, but you done pretty much told them to go find it.
Yeah, but I mean, so here's the thing, right? The Ravens did the same thing with Lamar, though, bro. And I know Lamar's a lot younger. Yeah, but they did the exact same thing with him.
But wasn't it 2 first rounds automatically you needed to even talk to them?
Well, it was the franchise tag because they gave him what I believe they
Yes.
gave him. They
So with
like
that franchise, you automatically get 2 firsts, I think, right? The exclusive.
they didn't give him the exclusive tag though. They gave him the non-exclusive tag. So like the exclusive
So
tag
with
is
the non
2 firsts.
okay.
So I think the non-exclusive is a first and a second, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I believe that's what it is.
I thought the problem was you had to give it because I remember us having that conversation. It was like you had to give up 2 firsts just to even start the conversation.
Yeah, that's what the exclusive tag though. And they didn't give him the exclusive because the difference between the exclusive and non-exclusive is about, I think on the quarterback market is about 10 million. So like at that time, I think Lamar's franchise tag would have been 36 or 32, and then with the exclusive would have been like 10 million more, would have been 42. So that's what triggers in like the 2 first round picks. But I mean, like for instance, like I'm just thinking like just because a team tells you to go out and look for a trade, don't mean that they're gonna let you really do that. And it's not just going to look for the trade; you're also looking for the trade and for this, for what they're gonna, the contract that you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the thing about it is just like, yeah, they tell them that. But I mean, like my thing is, it could because I mean the Rams are trying to rebuild. Like they're not in a full rebuild, but like last year, like they like rebuilt their defensive line, and so like they got pieces on their team, and like I mean, like they could use some like secondary pieces and stuff like that, maybe some linebackers. So I mean, I don't think the Rams are quite there at the Super Bowl contender, but they're if they have Matthew Stafford, like they're definitely in playoff contention. And I mean, you can always make a run. So.
I agree. I would just say, like, with the Rams specifically, like talking about the Cooper Cup situation, they've been trying to move off of him for quite some time. Um, I'll say maybe last 2, 3 years you've been hearing rumblings about that. So for it to finally happen, I think they're just ready to move on. He's an older player, um, often injured, not really available, but want to do right by him because he has been a big part of the rebuild and the success that the Rams have had as an organization since they moved to Los Angeles. So I could see why they're allowing him to do that. Um, but to the point you said, JMIK, I just don't know what type of compensation you're really going to get in return for him.
I mean, he got what I say. He got another 2 good years left in him if he got that. And so, like some of the reports that they was asking for the 3rd overall pick from the Giants, which I just find to be ridiculous. Like, there's no way I'm giving you that.
You think that's just a rumor? I didn't think that was true though.
Yeah, I think that's a rumor. I think they understand Cup is not. I'm not giving you a first. I'm not giving you a second. I might give you a third. I'm definitely giving you a fourth.
And I'm saying the thing about Cooper Cup is I think the problem, like, so let me just step back. The problem with the NFL is like when you start announcing that you want to trade a player, the other teams look back and like, well, we don't got to. You want to trade the player, and so if you don't trade the player, then you'll cut the player. And like a lot of times, the team will just wait for you to cut the player because like, why am I going to give up any compensation and have to pay the contract that he's currently under if you want to trade him anyways and you don't want to keep him on the team? And from the Rams' perspective, it seemed like if they don't trade him, they're going to get rid of him anyway. So I mean, so if I'm a team like the Commanders or
Ain't
like
this what
any other
happened
team
with
that needs a receiver, I just I'm gonna just sit back and wait.
Ain't this kind of what happened with Adam Thielen?
It's similar.
But
They
then
got
you
cut
running the
and the
risk of
rumor.
somebody else getting them too.
Yeah, so this has happened a few times. I could pinpoint the Joe Mixon, Mac Jones,
But Joe
even
Mixon ended up getting traded, right?
Sam Darnold. Yeah, but listen to what I'm gonna say. These
That's right.
players were about to be cut, right? And literally teams offered them what 5, 6, 7th round picks
Yep.
for them. Because if you cut them, I'm probably not at a spot to get them if they hit the wire, right? So I'll give you this bottom of the NFL draft pick just to secure I have him. That's what the Texans literally just did.
What I mean,
The
Joe Mixon.
Bengals were about to cut Joe Mixon. Texans was like, "We'll give you a 6th round pick for him," and traded him to the Texans.
Didn't they end up dropping the news pop that he was cut and then drop the news behind it that he ended up getting traded before he got cut?
That's what it was. It was he
Yeah.
was going to be cut, and then the Texans reached out, say, "Hey, we'll give you a 6 for him just to make sure he lands here," and then he got traded like maybe 30, 40 minutes later.
Because I mean, the way it works is like so. I mean, these teams will put out like a press with like, yeah. I mean, like we're getting ready to like like we're getting ready to waive them. And then another, like Pop said, a team will just call them and be like, hey, well, since you're going to cut them or waive them, like we'll give you a 7th round pick. So 7th round pick is better than nothing. So they'll or a 6th round pick and they'll just take it. So,
Yeah, because I think the Panthers did that with Sam Darnold. I could be wrong, but I think they gave a 6th round or 7th round pick to the Jets when they were going to cut him.
yeah, I mean, it was something like that. But yeah, so I mean, I mean, like, and then you could play it like that, or you could just wait on the market till they cut him, and then you could try to sign him. I mean, it's. I mean, the only problem with waiting if he gets cut is now the player got all the power, so the player can pick what team he want to play for. If you don't want to play for your team, then he's not going to pick you.
Tricky situation to be in, huh?
Yeah, definitely is.
Man, it's a few big moves I can see happening this. Do y'all see Max Crosby possibly getting moved?
No, I think he's gonna stay. I don't think the Raiders are gonna trade him just because I believe that one, they do have a solid defensive line. They got decent linebackers. I always feel like I feel like they can upgrade that position, and they have a couple of pieces in the secondary as well. They got a lot of capital. They're able to make some sort of moves. I think Crosby is a big part of the future the Raiders can see for the team moving forward.
So I mean, like
the defensive minded head coach, so I don't think he want to move off of him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think
that's
a key piece.
25 though. He's not even like the thing. Like I be thinking Crosby older than what he is. He only 25, bro. He's young, and I wouldn't want to trade a player that young.
Yeah, and then just think about how that line was playing when Wilkins was healthy. I do think they need another edge rusher on the opposite side of Crosby, though. They need to get that solidified, but that's a decent front they have.
Hey, this is a tricky business, man. The NFL. You come in with hopes of like winning a championship player, then you get stuck on a team who's constantly in flux of rebuilding and bringing in, young guys to try to get the team competitive. It's a tricky situation, especially for like y'all just said, like Myles Garrett. To be honest, the Browns don't have any reason to want to trade their best player. Like they don't. He has incentive to try to get out. You know what I mean? They got to line up. If they don't, you get stuck with a disgruntled player on a team you don't want to be on.
Yeah, but I think the thing for Myles is like he's about to be 30 soon, so he reaching that point. I mean, like the thing is, like, I mean, edge rushers. I mean, you got edge rushers in the league that are 34, 35 years old. But the thing is, like, are you willing to stay with a team that has never made it to a Super Bowl? And I'm not even trying to shit on the Browns or nothing like that. But if I'm a player, and I've been playing there for 7 years, and we've only made the playoffs like twice, and we've only won one playoff game. It's just like at some point you gotta, I mean, everybody's not gonna be like Joe Thomas. Everybody's not gonna stay there forever. Like at some point, like he's gotten paid, he's won a Defensive Player of the Year. At some point, he does want to continually go to playoffs and try to get a Super Bowl. I mean, like besides getting paid, that's pretty much the goal of these players is to win. So,
how hard does it make the situation when your star cornerback is also saying, he's gonna be on the same boat, the same way? It made the team look very unattractive.
Not only that, it's the cap situation with the Browns. Like they've kind of handicapped themselves with that Deshaun contract, and the restructuring that they have done to it. So,
I mean, they're kind of stuck. I mean,
yeah,
they're kind of stuck with them. I think a Browns fan was telling me the other day that like when Deshaun re-ruptured his Achilles, like he was doing a non-football activity, he didn't have the boot on that he's supposed to have on. It's something like that.
They investigated it.
Yeah, so like they might be able to get under that, from that money, which would have been dumb on Deshaun's part. Like to be honest, like I don't like if you're on a contract and you're not supposed to be doing non-football activities and you're supposed to be wearing a boot and then you don't wear the boot, that could cause you 30, 40, $50 million. I mean, you got to be better, but Yeah, I mean, like that Deshaun shit, man. Like them trade for him, like at the time, I thought it was a good move. 'Cause I thought when Deshaun got out of Houston, he was gonna play okay. But it's been a dumpster fire, man. He's if he's not hurt, he was playing terrible. So
Yeah, I just think his mental is not right. Uh, you went through a lot. Your father passed away as well. Like, and you've been injured constantly. So it's a lot to deal with. I just
Do
don't
you do
think
the
his
Denver at
mind
this
is
point, Pop?
really. Hmm?
Oh,
Do you do the
I'm not
Broncos
even
at this point?
killing this nigga.
Do you do the Broncos at this point, Pop?
Um, I would like I would just cut the loss, eat the
yeah, but
money.
yeah, but that go into the draft talk, and it's like if you're gonna do that, then you gotta draft a quarterback. Like,
Yeah, that's the only thing you have to.
Yeah, man. Cause in my head, I'm just like, at this point, right? He probably gonna miss another season. Cause with the setback, they say he probably gonna miss this upcoming season, which is pretty much what, one more year left on that contract, 2 more years left on
I
that
think it's got
contract.
two. Yeah, I think it's got two. Got the 25 and the 26 season.
I mean, at that point, if he gonna be out this season, you might well just bite the bullet for one season.
I just don't know how he comes back because that's a 10 to 12 month injury. And like he tore that what like around the playoffs, I think.
Yeah.
So I mean, if it's 12 months, man, he not gonna play because you talking about late January and the early February, like late January. So if it's 12 months, he won't be back until January. And the way the Browns is, they're not gonna be playing in late January.
And if you draft a guy, he's playing well, and you come back, how do we justify putting him on the bench for you to be in the game? And it's no point of having whatever he making a year on the sideline standing behind him.
Yeah, I think his cap number for this upcoming season is like it's like 60, 70 million or some crazy stuff like that.
Sir, what would you do? Would you bite the bullet?
On what, Deshaun?
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta pay him either way. So I just say do what's best for the locker room.
Cause I'm just saying, like, if you got it, if you, let's say they do take quarterback at 2, he playing hella well, and now Deshaun is standing on the sideline ready to go. You just, I mean, you cause it unnecessary because he probably not going to be excited about you playing well and him having to go to the bench. Couldn't see that happening.
Yeah, but if that's the case,
And then
then
he making 60 million on the bench.
yeah, but if that's the case, then I mean, you gotta blame Deshaun for that. Like, if I'm the team, I tell him, well, we wouldn't have to draft him if you was playing better. I mean, we gotta stop acting like this is like pee wee football or something, man. Like this is like grown up football. Like, I mean, they got kind of like, bro, we drafted. Let's say Cam go 1, and they're looking at Shador and they draft Shador 2. If I'm the team, like I drafted Shador because you've been playing like some bullshit. And this is not high school football, bro. Like we're running a business. Like we gotta keep making the team better. So we drafted Shador because you weren't good.
Yeah, and there's only so long you want to tie yourself to something that's not working, and just start the process now. Is now or never. Because I just think if you wait too
Mhm.
late, um, you wait too late, you're stuck.
I mean, in a way, they've kind of already like they're stuck right now where like they got an aging roster that they thought they was gonna have a quarterback for, and they gave up all them picks. And they don't their team was not really that good last year, and they don't project to be that good this year. So, and then they gave all that competition to the Texans, and the Texans have been a perennial playoff team the last 2 years. So it's like it's like the two teams that made the trade. The one team that traded the player actually is the better team, which is, I mean, interesting just to say the least.
Yeah, but the Texans did what they were supposed to do, which is start moving off the older talent on the team, start infusing this team with quality free agents and also building through the draft. And then when it's time, it's what, 5 years since when you start the rebuild, 4 or 5 years. I'm gonna get my franchise quarterback now. I'm gonna get a young guy in Will Anderson that's gonna potentially be the leader of my defense. And then it's off season, you get Danielle Hunter, you get Danica Autry. So like you're adding pieces, and then you have a healthy Stingley, and you see what a healthy Stingley can do in this league on the back end of your defense.
Yeah, I mean, like the Texans definitely they drafted, they used the picks for the most part and drafted really good players. And then they went on free agency and they supplemented, like, but that's what you're supposed to do. Like you I mean, build through the draft, but you also supplement some of your roster through free agency. And now you got what the Texans have. The Texans are a perennial playoff team that people are expecting a lot of good things from. So
I think the problem with the Texans specifically this year is the I don't know if it's a regression with Slowick or people just figured out his offensive system. And so you saw how that team struggled offensively, especially the latter part of the season and moving into the playoffs.
I mean, I think it's a combination of Slowick's bad play calling and the offensive line just underperforming. I think it's not. I wouldn't all put it solely on Slowick, because like that offensive line wasn't good either. So
I do agree. It's one of the bottom tier offensive lines in the league.
yeah, I
And then
mean,
the dude they brought in came from what, Sean McVay, right?
yeah, well, Caley, yeah, because I mean, Nick Caley was actually with the Patriots first, and then he went over to the Rams, and I mean, that was with the Texans. Because I think he was what our tight ends coach under Josh McDaniels.
Okay. And then Bobby went to Miami.
Yeah, I mean, Bobby not gonna be calling plays though. He just gonna be like what a passing game coordinator or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the coach calls all the plays, so.
It's interesting because they did fire him late into that process too. I mean, we have us having that conversation. 4 weeks, 3-4 weeks into the process.
Yeah, but I also think it was the fact that, like, I think it was the coach, man. The coach was like, look, man, I'm not about to put my livelihood, I mean, like, on the line for, like, Bobby Slowick. Like, he's seen what Bobby Slowick was doing this past season. He's like, I'm just not doing that. Because, I mean, yeah, like, he's done a great job since he got there. Like, the 2 years he's coached, they won a division 2 years in a row. They made the playoffs. They won playoff games each year. But at some point, the organization, the fans are going to be like, well, that's great, but we need to get further. And if your offense is like effed up and it's not getting no better, at some point they're gonna look at you and like, yeah, I'm not saying this year, but like you gotta look like 2-3 years down the line. If they don't progress, I mean, fans and the fans and like an organization gonna be like, well, yeah, you didn't make any change to the offense, so we're gonna blame you.
True. You're right about that. What's the most interesting job, like, I would say that you looking forward to watching next season?
The Jaguars.
Same.
Yeah, same. Yeah. I agree.
Because they behind the 8 ball right now, man. I mean, the combine start Tuesday, right? Tuesday, Wednesday.
I think that's when they start arriving. I don't think we actually see any workouts until Thursday.
Yeah, but the coaches and the GMs arrive, I think, on Monday, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, so I mean, they started GM the other day, and I mean, I don't even know he's ready.
Yesterday, right?
Yeah, yesterday. So I don't even know he's ready to go to the combine. Like, it's like you got to review all the stuff that your scouting department put together for the team and all that before you got there. So I'm not sure if he just equipped to just run to the combine like 3 days later.
I think the Jaguars understand that. I always said them retaining Balky for as long as they did after firing Doug Peterson was an issue. And then you get a coach in Cohen who kind of became a pariah within the league. Like, it's not like the Jaguars hadn't been putting effort into getting a GM. They were just getting rejected all the way up until now. like people denying their request to interview, teams blocking their request to interview, or people who have interviewed decide that they just want to stay at the position that they're in now. So I need to see how this all is going to shape out.
That's gonna be an interesting situation for sure. He behind the 8 ball. I think it's the Bears for me though. I like low key like what they did with the staff. Even though I got a player this year, I low key like what they did with that stuff.
My only issue with Ben Johnson and that team is that Ben Johnson's accustomed to having a great offensive line, and they don't have that right now. So he's gonna have to build like the kind of play calling that he does. You got to have a really good offensive line for that. So I mean, I can see how someone could say that that's intriguing. To me, it's the Jaguars, but to me, it's also the Lions because it's like they lost a lot off that coaching staff. The personnel's the same. But, like, I mean, they lost the OC, they lost the DC, they lost a number of positional coaches and all that. And I kind of got to see how the Lions bounce back from that.
The running back coach, the DB coach, the quarterback coach, OC, DC, quality control. Man, they lost a lot.
Okay, the only person they retained on the offense was Josh McCown.
Yeah. And like the problem with that is like Dan Campbell he's not an X and O's kind of guy. That's not his strong point. His strong point is building a culture and doing that. And he did a good job with that. A great job, matter of fact. So that's why coming to the question with the Lions is just like, are you going to be able to deal with the fact that you lost a lot of your coordinators and your positional coaches, and how are you going to bounce back from that? Like I think that's a big question.
How y'all feel about Josh McCown comments though? Like basically, he ain't taking no interviews unless it's head coach.
Oh, you talking about? Yeah, I mean, he's the quarterback coach for the Vikings, right?
Yeah.
Well, not the quarterback coach, but I think he's the OC for the Lions.
No, he the quarterback coach.
Oh, the quarterback coach. I mean, that's his pro. I mean, he's in a good spot though. I mean, he's got a young quarterback in JJ McCarthy, who I think he's got like some sort of relationship with. Like they're talking to Sam about signing him back. I mean, just as a situation where I mean, if he could start the season next year, or he'll back up JJ. If I'm him, I would not want to leave the Vikings from an offensive perspective.
I thought it was a little bit. To me, I was like, "Damn, you wanted to go from quarterback coach to head coach? Skipping a step."
Yeah, I mean, definitely skipping a step. But it's not like we've never seen that before, though. To be honest, I mean, I believe it's happened before. So, and so for me, when I look at that, I think if you're an offensive coach, you're better equipped to do that. Versus if you're for instance, like Gerard Mayo he was never a DC really. He was a linebackers coach. And so I think from a defensive perspective, I think you have to be a DC before you become a head coach, man. I don't think there's any way around that. Maybe as an offensive coach is a little bit different, but that's just the way I see it.
I get it. Any I don't even know, man. Quarterback coaches, I don't even know who we got out there, man. I gotta see who we signed, man. We ain't got one yet. People talking about bringing in Frank Wright as the quarterback.
I mean, Frank Wright is a good quarterback's coach, though. And I mean, he's not a bad offensive mind. I just don't think he needs to be a head coach anymore. I don't think he's failed too much in that particular position. But if you put him as a positional coach, I think he'd be fine with that.
You think he's fine with that?
Well, I don't know if he's fine with it, but in terms of that's what he'd be good at.
This, Mick. Think about this. You think Bill Belichick would be okay being Josh McDaniels' quarterback? Linebacker coach?
Probably not. But I mean,
you know what I'm saying? That's kind of why I'm at. Mick, like this is Frank Wright is the dude that gave Nick Sirianni his job as a ball boy. And now I'm gonna have to answer you as like a job. I don't know if you're gonna be wanting perspective could be wrong, but I don't think
Well,
that's
I'm
the
gonna
way
just
it
say
is.
this: when you're at the point in your career like Frank Wright is, you don't have to be able to swallow your pride if you want to stay in the league. That's just how I feel. Like you don't have to swallow your pride and just accept whatever positions come to you. Because let's be honest, teams are looking for people of the future, be it defensive coordinators, offensive coordinators, head coaches. They want people that are able to move with the times that the league is going with. Frank Wright, I just think the game is past him coaching wise, but I still think, like as a head coach, but I do still think he has qualities as a coordinator to be able to coach up quarterbacks. I do believe he still has that. So if you want to still work for the NFL, take the position that's being offered to you because I don't think there's a lot of teams really knocking at your door right now.
I mean, I agree with Pop on that, man. Like, you've had a head coaching job with a coach that you failed at. You failed miserably, to be honest. And then he had another job. I thought it was with the Panthers. I'm not 100%. I think it's
No, it
Yeah,
went to the
yeah, Panthers and
Panthers,
the
and then you
Colts.
got fired. Miss, I think it was like 4 or 5 games into the season, you get fired.
yeah.
Yep.
So I just think at this point, like Pop said, at this point in his career, man, you're not a head coach. I know it don't look good from your perspective that you had like Nick Sirianni, I mean, he was your ball boy, whatever he was, a quality control, whatever. But at this point in your career, man, you got to just take what you can get. Um, so I mean, you might have to just be happy to be in the league. I mean, you might have to build up your resume again, and maybe you'll be OC down the line, not right now, but down the line. So I don't think you'll ever
I'm
be a head
agree with
coach
both of
again.
y'all. Like I think his best opportunity probably is to come back and ask the guy that he gave a job to lend him a helping hand at this point if he really want to coach. You know what I mean? But where is he at in the perspective of mine? Because there's a lot of guys that probably could do the job. Do they want to do the job?
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, the question is, I mean, do you want to get a paycheck or not? I mean,
Facts.
that's just, and I mean, like, I mean, do you want to further your career? Like I said, maybe you'll be an OC in 3, 4, 5 years if you do a good job as a quarterbacks coach. And let's just be honest, like, you're going to coach Jalen Hurts. Like, it's not like you're going to coach some bum. Like, so I mean, Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP. So it's not like you coaching like Mac Jones or nothing, or you're not coaching Will Levis or nothing. I mean, you are coaching a good quarterback. So I don't see the drawback in that.
All right, man. So that's our little news segment for the day, y'all. Man, we gonna pop into this little 3-round draft. It's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be interesting. So going 3 rounds. Just slow it down just a tad.
Oh yeah, and we're doing a little twist on it too. I mean, like we're not just picking for our own teams. We're also picking for an additional team. So
And I got that dookie rounds. Y'all, if y'all want, man, I mean, if you want to trade or whatever, we can. If not, don't
me personally, I'm a chilling on the trade. So
yeah, I'm gonna wait until I don't like trading until I see what the team gonna do. Like personally.
yeah, I mean, for me, like I need to see the combine first.
Yeah, same. I'm looking to see who rises. I'm looking to see who falls. I'm looking who to see who comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be first on the board today. Jeez, I got a tough pick. What with the Brownies? All righty. Let's see. Cam Ward went one.
Oh, we did. Oh, well.
I think after having the conversation we had, man, I kind of gotta go. 47. I gotta go Shador, man.
Yeah, I just think they're in a tough spot, man. Like,
It is. It's a bad spot, but they need quarterback too bad for me to not let them get Shador right.
Yeah, and I think they understand that. You understand the quarterback of the future of the Browns is not on the roster.
And also think that you understand, I also think that you understand, like being bad is almost as hard as going to the Super Bowl, man. Like all the right shit got to happen for you to be that bad to get a top 3 pick, man. It's not an easy thing. Yeah, so I'm not picking Trav. I can tell you that shit right now. That's just not happening.
It took Abdul for you though.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah. I'm not taking Trav. So
Mason Graham.
Let me see who else. I'm definitely not picking Genty. Give me Mason Graham.
I kind of knew it was Mason.
What pick was that?
4.
That's the 4th.
Number 4.
Mason Graham at 4. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Pop, you on the board for the Jags.
Will Johnson, give me that. Go ahead. You are now a Jacksonville Jaguar.
What they got? Okay, Will Johnson. You a Jag. You back again, Pop.
Filter it to edge.
Oh, wow, the Jets drafted Travis Hunter. Interesting.
Bad.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Oh, actually, can you put edge and corner? My bad.
I believe it.
You good.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think he's gonna be a bad player. He just don't fit my scheme. That's why I don't want Travis. That's all.
Give me Mike Green, not a Marshall.
Man, it's crazy how that boy just like jumped up like the draft charts just after the Senior Bowl.
Certified. You on the board, good brother. Would you like to know what's been going so far?
Yeah, give me a rundown. What's going?
Cam, Shador, Abdul, Mason Graham, Will Johnson, Ted McKinley, Travis Hunter,
Ted, that's it,
Stark, Mike Green, Will Campbell.
Anybody propose a trade?
I think you got to make your own trade from the yeah.
All right, let me.
Make your own trade, but you have teams that are interested. You have the Dolphins, Houston. Dolphins at 13, the Houston Texans at 20.
I'll take it. Let me get the Dolphins. 13 and what?
But I think from here we offer out. We got
the Dolphins are offering 13 and what?
You just got to put it together. Hold on, we'll see.
Yeah. I think you got to make the trade too.
Yeah. I gotta make the trade.
Like
what's y'all?
Third.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you'd have to take their third, not his, right?
Oh damn.
Yeah, I want a first and a fourth.
Yeah, 11.
Oh yeah, I want the first and the fourth.
You might as well try the third. I mean,
I'll try the third. Yeah, try the third.
The third, you still be able to.
And like you might want to try the first and second. You might be able to
Nah, I ain't even trying the second.
Nah,
the second not gonna work. They're giving up that first and the third. They're giving up the first and the
third. Hey, you might want to throw a
all right, go. But yeah, let me take that.
There you go. I wonder who they want to take. Oh,
Burton. They traded up for Luther.
Another wide receiver. How many wide receivers them niggas need? Okay.
Well, to be fair, they never solidified the 3 position or 4. So
I mean, they drafted Malik Washington last year, didn't they? They actually drafted 2 wide receivers last year.
I don't recall them niggas, JMIK.
So I mean, people think I'm gonna draft Genty for the Cowboys, but that's actually not what I'm gonna do. Let me go to let me see what's at edge.
Let's see it. I think James Pierce is still out there, ain't
he? Yeah. I mean, James Pierce would be kind of like they are kind of guy anyways. But let me just see what's at edge first.
Why are they doing what it's supposed to do? Okay, there we go. Edge. We got James Pierce, we got Michael Shermer, and Nick Score.
Yeah, I don't think Michael would be good for them. Scroll back up to the top. I think Michael, he would be, but that's kind of high for him. Give them James Pierce.
James Pierce it is.
I mean, even though people trying to say he's got character issues, man, I don't care what kind of character issues that the dude might have.
All right, so it's back on you, sir.
Put it on defensive tackle.
D tackles. Here we go.
Okay. Shit. Let me take Nolan.
It's a good pick right there.
Damn you.
I mean, Walter Nolan wasn't gonna get to 32, man.
Hey, man, you never know, man. I could have locked up.
Nah, he wasn't. Nah, he definitely wasn't getting there. I think you do. Was it you or was it certified? No, I think it might have been certified. Certified, yeah.
Certified got a service. Certified at 22.
Let me see. Let me look at corner.
Cornerbacks.
Hmm. All right, let me try. Let me pull up wide receiver. Yeah. Shit. Let me think. They got two good tackles. Do they need an offense? Do they need a guard help? They need shit. How about linebacker?
Their interior offensive line is atrocious. They need guards. They need a center.
And I'm surprised you don't go wide receiver, tight end here. I'm surprised, but huh?
You know what? Yeah, let me go tight end.
And that's the guy that plays for him too. Yeah, Loveland.
Yeah, Loveland. I go with Loveland.
And I've been telling people the last couple of days, like Loveland might be a really good NFL player. It's just his quarterback situation was so bad last year.
Shit, I'm taking Nick Scotten right there, baby. Let's do it.
Oh man.
Let's do it.
And
One time.
they drafted Darius Alexander in the first round. What the hell's going on? That is crazy to me.
I need some fucking. Presley would be nice, but at 33, I'm gonna take Campbell. Jaguars. Pop, you on the board.
And the Titans took Ravel. That's crazy.
The injury, the only reason I ain't snapped him, man.
Yeah, I think Ravel gonna be a good player though.
Can you filter it to D tackles?
D tackle. Gotcha.
Can you scroll back up just a little bit? Let me get Sanders out of South Carolina.
On you, Mick.
So the first round I drafted a D tackle. Let me see what you got at tackle. He's cool. He's cool. I could probably wait. Let me see what's at edge. Scroll down. Oh, let me get Princely. I mean, Princely wasn't gonna last till like 60 something, anyways, man.
I don't even know what my next pick at, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't for my team. It's for the team I'm picking for. I think the Browns could have used Princely.
I mean, the Browns could use a lot of shit.
Yeah, they could. They could. Pop.
Could you filter cornerback and safety? Xavier Watts out of Notre Dame.
Damn, he's still there? It's a great pick.
40 is crazy.
That's crazy, yeah.
Certified? It's on you.
What pick is this? Is this mine or 43?
This is yours, 43.
All right, let me see. Let me see guard.
Damn, I mean, two of my guards are sitting there. Interesting.
I'll come back. Let me see safety. Jeez. Oh damn. This is second round?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God damn. Go back to guard, bro. Let me get Booker.
How the draft feel so far? So far in the second round, Campbell, Donovan, T.J. Sanders, Benjamin Mason.
Damn, Tyleek is
It's
still
been a defensive second half.
there.
Yeah, Cowboys on the board too. That's probably
That's my pick. What did I draft for them in the first round? Cause I forgot.
I think you took.
I think if you go to your picks, it actually show you.
Where's that?
It's like right next to full draft. Yeah.
You took.
Oh, Chris Edge. Okay. So I took an edge already. They need a running back, wide receiver, tight end. Running back I could wait on. I already got them an edge. Go to wide receiver. So, I mean, that's a local boy. You can scroll down. Give them Restrepo.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, I mean, they actually need a slot guy. So, I mean, so maybe they got a slot guy that could take CD out the slot so much.
Certified, it's on you for the Chargers.
They want to tie it up.
Tight end in the first round.
Is there any way to pump edge?
You sound distorted.
Oh damn, my bad. Can you just put it on defense?
No, you gotta. He said just defense. They need something.
Let me get edge, though.
I can do like this.
Damn, Harrison is still there? Shit. That's crazy. Because before the Senior Bowl, like they were saying he might sneak into the first round.
Now he's sneaking out of the second.
That's the thing about this draft, though, man. Like, you're going to get a lot of quality defensive players in the second, third round. I mean, maybe not elite level players, but like definitely starters in the league.
Yeah, for sure. I've been saying this is not like a big name draft, but
let me
you're
get
gonna get a lot of guys that can fill out your roster.
Yeah.
God damn it. Go back down. Go back up. Yeah, let me get Jared Ivey.
Solid pick right there.
Oh shit!
Oh wow, the Bills drafted Alfred Collins. They actually addressed the need that they had.
that dumb shit right now. Who wants this pick? Fuck, I don't want to move to 80 though.
Interesting that the Colts want that pick though.
I want to see what they trying to get. They don't have. That's a 4th round pick, right? 115.
Yeah, that's what.
That's 4th round.
I mean, they gotta give up the third, at least the 3rd round or something else to get up to the 2nd.
They don't got a 3rd, and neither
Oh, they
do
don't?
That's why they're trying to move up.
Oh, see, I thought the Colts had a 3rd.
No, the Colts do have a 3rd. They don't have a 2nd.
So their 3rd round pick is 80. Okay,
It's
they
80,
are
yeah.
giving
Yeah.
3rd.
Their pick would be sooner than the Packers pick though.
I mean, they did have a 2nd. I just think they want to move up to get a player that they don't want, not being able to fall to them at 80.
Yeah.
They got to pray to the good Lord today.
He's like, I'm not doing it.
They got to pray to the good Lord today.
Interesting. Taking another secondary person. The Giants took Caleb Johnson.
Is this secondary guys?
No, I'm just saying, like, you took a secondary guy last year. 2 of them, actually, didn't you?
I think Tristan McCullum and Sidney Brown ain't gonna never play safety in their life.
Yeah, but also to me, I mean, like, the white boy that y'all got, like, to me, I think he'd be really good in the slot though, as a corner.
I don't think they
To
going
me.
to do it though.
I mean, he can still play safety though.
Let me get these boys some protection, man. Let me get Donovan Jackson out of Ohio State. Can't get Shador killed, you know.
Man, these man, come on. Okay, so I got 2 picks.
I want to propose a trade.
To who?
You. I give you 2/3 for your 69th.
I mean, I do that.
All right.
And the 3rd of this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. And I'll definitely do that.
And it's the 49ers, right?
Yep. So I mean, that'll give me 3 3rd-round picks. Yeah.
What? I said 2.
Yeah, but I already got.
No, but he already has his.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I just need players right now. So yeah, I mean that definitely works for me.
I got 2/3, right? Or was it 3?
Yeah, you got 2. You got 98
Okay.
and 99.
Okay.
Well, he has 3 because he also has 75.
Oh yeah, you got 75. So now y'all got to negotiate.
I mean, you got to give me 75 though, man.
No. Hey, listen. Hold on now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on now. You was cool with 98 and 99 when you thought that was the only fix. And then when you found out I had 75, now it was like I want 75. All right, nigga.
So what I was
All
looking
right,
at.
give me all right. I give you 75 and 99, but you gotta throw in the 5th.
This year or next year?
This year.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's not a big deal.
The 5th would be 144.
Yeah, it'd be 144.
Okay. All right, put that in.
Yeah, just
75 and 99 for his
69
3rd and his 5th.
Yeah, sure.
Oh no, don't need to trade again. We're back on the board. All right, sir. You're on the board at 69.
Put me on safety. I
How
took
about
guard last round, right? I think. Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes, you took Tyler Booker.
It's not a bad pick though. Tyler Booker.
Yeah, let me get safety.
Well, I must have. I thought I read that wrong. He said all I got to say is graduation on your Super Bowl, and then I had to double take at that. He's still there.
Let me get Lathan.
Mick, I see the couple names that's still there. I'm like,
wow,
okay.
Nick is still there. Is insane.
Well, Pop, you on the board.
Can you filter center guard?
they all in one.
Okay.
Yeah, they in one.
Okay, but let me get Willie Lampkin out of North Carolina.
I mean, the Senior Bowl star right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now you ready for the same?
Damn, back to back is crazy.
Can you filter wide receiver and running back? Mm. Let me get a Tess Johnson out of Oregon.
It's a good pick.
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy that the
Patriots.
hey, scroll up a little bit because I want to see who the Bears took actually.
Oh man, y'all didn't tell me that was Darlene. I had to come see what you was talking about. Graduation.
Yeah. I figured it out. Hey, can you scroll up so I can see who the Bears took?
Oh, Bears. Okay.
Yeah, I seen.
Bears
Oh,
took
they took
Ozzy.
Ozzy. Okay, man, the Raiders, bro. I mean, I was definitely about to draft Travion, but so I got what? So I got a. See what I picked again because I know I got an edge.
Princeton.
No, yeah, for edge. So I
Princeton.
went defense. Show who I got at who's that tackle. And I do not want Cameron Williams under no circumstances. Give me Charles Grant out of William and Mary, and I like that kid at the Senior Bowl. On the clock again with the Cowboys. Pull
Well,
up.
actually, you got 3 picks in a row, good brother.
Yeah. I mean, pull up. So I took an edge in a wide receiver already. Actually, pull up tackle because they need a tackle too. I don't know if I like anybody to fit their scheme. No, I mean, if it was up to Jerry, he would probably draft me Cameron Williams though. I don't know. I mean, those guys could wait. Go to running back. Scroll down. You can scroll back up. That's a little bit too far for them. Give them R.J. Harvey, the kid out of UCF. So I picked a tackle already. I got a tackle, 2 defenses. I got another pick. I'm not gonna chance it though, man. Go to running back. I'm taking my boy Neal out of Kansas.
Yeah, because running backs kind of been falling here a little late.
Yeah, but that
certify you on the clock.
But I think it's gonna happen though. Because I mean, with this being, like with this being like a heavy RB draft, I think once the first 3 or 4 backs go, I think a lot of the other guys are gonna drop a little bit.
Certified, I think it's you, bro.
Let me look at wide receiver. Oh man. Yeah, let me get Savion.
That's a body catcher, bro.
Yeah, but the thing about Savion is like a bunch of people love that kid though. That's the funny thing.
I would have took him for my team. That's the only reason why I took him.
Okay, I feel that. I got them a guard, I believe. Can I see what I got them? Yeah, I got them a guard. Yeah, let me go back to interior offensive.
I'm surprised that it doesn't show their need as tackle though. They definitely traded Cam last year. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the tackles per se in this draft.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see that.
McLaughlin, nah. Keep going. Jonah out of USC.
Back on you, Pop.
Can I see my pick? What I've chosen?
Yeah.
Was
Mike Green,
test.
Xavier
Okay.
Watts, Tez.
Can you filter? Mm,
and you've had a good draft so far.
can you filter wide receiver, tight end, running back?
Oh, damn, I definitely didn't look at tight end yet. Damn. And Isaiah Bond is hanging tough right now.
Yeah, he out of here though. If Pop don't get him, he out of here. Next pick.
Oh, I mean, as long as the nigga not on my team.
Hey,
Keep
he
going.
needs some help.
Man, I
I
mean,
just want to see what's available.
I mean, they might, but that dude stay getting hurt.
Oh, no, I'm not. I think that's still too early to take him here. Let me get scroll back up. Yeah, let me get Mason.
Isaiah Bond, your lucky day has arrived.
If you want to call that luck.
Hey,
I don't know, man.
Hey, listen, he pairing up with your door.
Okay.
I'm trying to give him the best hope I can, man.
I just got questions about Bond. Like, I don't think he's like a bum or anything. It's just, I have questions.
You are a Philadelphia Eagle, big brother.
No, you drafted Fanning.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good that you did, because if you didn't, I was going to draft him at 99. So
I had to grab him. Goddard missed 4 games a year. Harold Fanning gonna get some time on the field. Certified, it's on you, San Francisco.
Oh shit, let me see center. Um, let me get Jared.
show me who I picked so far. I got a D tackle, edge, tackle, and I got a running back. All right. So I could either go. Show me what you got at wide receiver and corner. And Maxwell's still there. Scroll down. Oh, Kobe Bryant there too. Interesting. There's a bunch of cornerbacks. Scroll down. I don't see no wide receivers yet though, except for Noel. Keep scrolling. Paris Horton. Yeah, I could wait on the wide receivers. Scroll back up to the top. Give me a Kobe Bryant.
That's it.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, the crazy thing was I drafted Mason Graham in the first, but I could have easily just waited and drafted Deion Walker in like the third.
Cam Ward, Shador, Abdul, back-to-back Michigan guys.
I mean, but they stole Abdul from me, man, because I was really about to draft Abdul too.
Oh, Chicago Bears took Will Campbell. Nice pick.
I mean, he's a tackle, so.
Yeah. But usually they don't make great decisions.
I'm just surprised that the Dolphins really traded up They really trade up to get a wide receiver when they could have used a tackle or even a guard.
Let's see. Tyler Warren went to the Colts, which everybody been saying.
Yeah, everybody been saying that. Barron going 15 to me is interesting. I'm surprised the Falcons did. Why didn't they? Like, how many years are they not going to just not draft an edge? That's my question.
And what edges? They could have took Michael.
Who do you think the Cowboys should? Oh, you must mean pick. Should pick for? I think. I mean, we need to get better so we can beat the Eagles. Oh, and who did I draft for the Cowboys in the first round?
James.
I mean, that's how you get better, man.
I like that Kelvin Banks pick, but I don't know why the Bucks would take. I guess.
That's funny because I don't think the Bucks tackles is that bad though.
That's what I said. Like I think they could have used that somewhere else.
And unless they're gonna put him at right tackle because I mean, boy at left tackle is all pro.
That Broncos pick.
And who the Broncos pick again?
Matt Golden.
See, I don't think they need another wide receiver though. I mean, they done drafted wide receivers high in the last couple of drafts. And I mean, Troy Franklin, they didn't even really use Troy Franklin like that last year.
Oh, I forgot they got Troy.
Yeah, they got Troy. I mean, they got Troy and Mims.
Mostly that's because Troy Franklin kind of got benched during the season. He had a lot of drop and fumbling problems.
I don't like the Green Bay pick either.
Who the Green Bay pick? Oh,
they definitely don't need another receiver.
Well, not a receiver that's not going to be a number one. I don't think Amika's a number one though. I think I think he's a high end two though. But they got plenty of them.
What you think about it on Mario and Hampton to the Texans?
I actually like it because I mean Mixon is getting older, so I mean you drafting to be his replacement. Damn.
The Commanders got a nice steal.
Jalen Walker fell to 29 is kind of crazy.
Definitely.
But why would the Bills draft another tackle though? That doesn't make a lot of sense.
And the Chiefs took Darius Alexander in the first.
Can you show me who the Bucks picked?
Taking Darius in the first round is nasty work.
They took a tackle, Kevin Banks Jr.
Oh.
Definitely a horrible pick.
Yeah, they don't need offensive line help for real. They have a really solid unit.
And then the Bengals are going to draft Genty when they need stuff on defense like that. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, Genty would have. My God,
Genty to the Bengals is insane.
I mean, they need a run game, but not that bad.
I mean, you could draft one. This is a running back heavy draft. You could draft one later, like not in the first. Like they need defense.
The Bears was eating, boy.
Well, who they get in the second? Oh, they got
Demetrius Knight and
How they get? They got 2 second-round picks that close to each other.
They traded. It looked like Carolina.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
I don't know if they traded them now or they had him at first, but it looked like Carolina.
I mean, the wide receiver from Stanford, I like him. I just think he's going kind of high in some of these mocks. I wouldn't draft him that high. Like if I had a later second round, I'd take him there.
What's your opinion on Jack Beck, man? I'm iffy on him for real.
I mean, he had a good Senior Bowl. He was constantly getting open. For me, like I have this thing because like like Baylor and TCU wide receivers, man, they don't tend to turn out too good in the league. And I hate using that logic. Hopefully Beck can break that. But I mean, if Beck is like your second or third wide receiver, I think he could do that. But I don't know why the Colts is drafting him because the Colts got plenty of wide receivers.
Right.
And then the Falcons draft Jack Sawyer, man. That's freaking hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah, you waited. Scatterboo to the Steelers with your boy come out the board. Yeah, that's nice.
I mean, Scatterboo. I mean, they do need a running back. Second kind of high for him, in my opinion. But
you gonna get rid of Mr. I can't get no speed.
Well, yeah, I mean he's a free agent anyways.
You
Landon
can't
Jackson
bring
for the
him back.
Bengals is actually a good pick though.
Say that again.
Landon
Oh,
Jackson
Landon
for the Bengals.
Jackson. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
definitely a good pick.
that's a good pick for them. And I mean,
Yeah, Porter.
and then I mean, Ursay falling to 57 for the Texans. I mean, the Texans need tackle help, so that's good for them too.
Look at number. Look at pick 60, bro.
Wow, they got another running back. That's crazy.
What are they gonna do with David Montgomery then? God,
Yeah.
they got a stable of running backs.
Damn. I mean, the Commanders got Jaden Higgins. Boy, that's nasty. That's nasty work right there.
You don't like Jaden?
No, I like Jaden a lot. Actually, like if he was there in the third, I would have took him.
Okay.
I mean, Jaden at the Senior Bowl was. I mean, Jaden's a really talented wide receiver. I mean, he's got a, I think he's what, like 6'2", 6'3", about 2 something. So he's got.
I like that Raiders pick too in the third.
That there. So the Chiefs drafted Marlon, but Marlon was probably going to be a guard though. The Raiders drafted Judkins. It's a good pick by the Raiders though.
Yeah, that's what I said. I like that pick by the Raiders. Oh, but then they messed it up at 73.
So they took the whole Ohio State backfield. That's crazy. I was gonna say, did they trade with the Jets? But not. But I mean, like that's the pick they got for like the Devontae Adams trade.
They could have made that one better. Oh, Jordan Phillips to the Commanders too.
Yeah, it gives them better interior. I mean, he's pretty good on the line. So Jalen Roy, another wide receiver to the Bengals. Jalen Roy, I actually like him too, though, and they actually drafted him in the right round in the third.
Cameron Williams went to the Steelers. That'll be nice too. They need some offensive line.
I don't know, man. I'm not high on Cameron Williams at all.
At 85 though.
I don't know, man. Like it's like when I mean he played against subpar teams, he was great. But like when he went up against like the better echelon teams, like the Georgias of the world or like the South States of the world, he was getting butt with.
In the Senior Bowl too.
He did okay in the Senior Bowl. I mean, he didn't hurt his stock. I don't think he really helped it that much either, though. Oh, Gina, in the first round, y'all took Darius Alexander. He's like a interior D tackle out of Toledo. He's pretty good.
Yeah, we didn't draft for y'all, but first round,
yeah.
Second round, y'all took Chris Paul. Nice pick. Yeah, Darius Alexander.
I mean, Darius is a really good player. I just didn't think he'd go in the first round, though. That's all.
Yeah, I think he's a mid-second, you know what I mean, early third type guy.
That's what I thought. But my only issue with that, like the funny thing is, before the Senior Bowl, Darius was like a 6th-round pick, and I think he did
jump.
Yeah, he jumped. I think he's going to test good at the combine too, though.
But I still think he's a 2nd-round pick, though, man.
31 is that's kind of tough. I'm not gonna lie.
I like Chris Paul Jr. though.
Yeah, he's a good linebacker too, though.
Yeah, I think you might can even have him play a little bit of hybrid, where they playing like edge and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Get in there.
I mean, he's athletic enough to do both.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying. Gina right though. She been saying they're gonna draft a D tackle, and that's exactly what they did for y'all. So.
Hey, I like the 3rd-round pick too. They took that tackle.
Yeah. I can't believe the Raiders took the whole Ohio State backfield though. That is crazy.
They took both of them.
Not surprising.
But both of them.
Hey, they need as much help as they can get.
But both of them is crazy. I could Judkins one of them, but both of them.
Yeah, that's
that's a little wild to me, but yeah.
He said, "Watch out for the."
I mean, the Commanders are going to be a better team next year. I don't have any doubts about that.
It should be. I mean, you got a bunch of cap.
I mean, you gotta think about it. You're an attractive location now for free agents.
Yeah.
And y'all hit on y'all draft picks for the most part in this previous draft. So this season, this off season is going to show, are the Commanders moving into competency with the running of the organization?
Gunnar Helm to the Broncos is nasty, man.
I just seen that too.
Yeah, that's kind of not. I'm not gonna lie, man. With their wide receiver core and their and that offensive line, you add him to that, yeah. I mean, they got everybody talking about the corner from Florida State, Thomas, going to Green Bay. That's interesting too.
This dude been moving up my ladder so quickly.
Yeah, he's a really good corner. I'm surprised he only going in the third. Like, I think by the time it's all said and done, he might be a second-round pick.
Yeah. He might be an Eagle, man. Never know.
I mean, how many corners y'all gonna draft, man?
What you mean? Slade finna retire. Bradbury getting cut. Like, come on now.
I mean, you acting like you don't got Quinion.
Yeah, but we need another corner to come in and, you know what I mean, take Quinion's spot.
Y'all got a corner.
Yeah. Trey Harrison the third is interesting. I thought he was a second-round pick.
I think Pop trolling me. So.
Oh, so you telling me Cooper can't go to the outside?
I don't think they will, though, because of what Fangio wants to do with him in the offense. I don't think he's going outside. I think he's the nickel for sure. In my opinion,
talking about Smitty. This is gluttony talk in the Bible. Talk about you getting another corner.
What do you mean?
And she ain't trying to hear all that, man.
I'm trying to build like y'all. I'm trying to have me with the Jerry Sneed and McDuffie, man. With a back. Nah, I don't know, but like I think definitely if Slay retire, I think for the Eagles, probably DN and cornerback, probably like top of the list. That first round gonna be a little finicky. If we get the pick there, you know, how we might, you know, trying to get up out of there.
I mean, that's the thing. I can see y'all trading out the first round though.
I can too. I mean, we did it the last time, you know what I mean? We ended up giving, you know, somebody Lamar Jackson.
Man, like, yeah.
Hey, what y'all think about the Jets getting Justin Fields?
I don't think it solves anything for them. Like, I'm curious about the fascination with Justin Fields. He went to the Bears, it didn't work there. They said he needed a more stable organization. Go to the Steelers, it didn't work there. So why do you think it's going to work with the Jets? Or not you in general, but just not you, but generally speaking. Like, I don't know. Like, I just think in this league, you have to be able to process the field quickly, and I'm just not sure Justin Fields is capable of doing that. So I don't know. I mean, he's a good. I guess he could be a bridge guy until you get your next guy, but I don't see him as a long-term solution, though.
What do you think, sir? You think that's a good idea? Justin Fields to the Jets?
I mean, I don't know, man. It's like I feel like he showed a little bit in Chicago. I don't feel like he was the problem, to be honest with you. But then in Pittsburgh, he really, I mean, he went to a better team, but the coaching staff isn't equipped to develop a quarterback. They it Pittsburgh offense is a shit show. I don't know. I don't necessarily know what Justin Fields is. Um, it might be a little too early. I think he needs to maybe, travel a little bit, find his way. He done been through a lot. I might be wrong, but I mean, as long as he's not your only option, I mean, why not? You know what I'm saying? Kick the tires on him. You know what I'm saying? See what you got. Put him in a realistic situation first, and just go from there.
Do you bring in a Jackson Dart?
Man, you bring in whatever you can, because I mean, until he can show that he is the answer, he's not.
My issue with if you bring in Jackson Dart, that means you're drafting Jackson at 7. Because if you don't have he's not making out the first round, man.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
So you think
I
they
mean,
got a
if you're the
fully healthy
Jets,
offense?
if you're the Jets, you might be able to trade back. But that's if he's available at 7. I mean, the Raiders might take him at 6. I think the Raiders got the 6th pick. Yeah, the Raiders got the 6th. The Raiders might take him at like. There's a lot of talk that he might even be the second quarterback taken. Like, because Shador, there's these rumors that Shador falling down the board a little bit, and there's a lot of rumors saying that Jackson Dart might, by the time the combine is over, like he might overtake Shador. I don't buy it, but that's just what I'm.
Gino Bennett got a question.
What's the question?
Where could he go that does develop quarterbacks? Who
He
has a
can always go to the
reputation to
Packers.
develop?
I mean,
Who? Justin Fields?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
shit! Let him go sit behind Patrick Mahomes. Uh, send him to Green Bay or the Rams
I was
or
just gonna ask you.
Miami.
You think McVay could do something with him?
I don't see. I don't know. I haven't seen him with a mobile quarterback before, so I'm not sure.
As
Um,
football people, do you think his offense would be more explosive with somebody? Well, obviously we know Justin Fields
I
is
mean, I'll tell you this, dog. I wouldn't mind seeing him in New York with what they have.
the Giants or the Jets.
The Gi- Preferably the Giants. I think the Giants got a better supporting cast.
My
Um,
issue with the Giants though is like that's a combustible situation with our neighbors though, because you gotta be able to get neighbors the ball, because if you don't, he's definitely going to go to the press and complain about it.
fuck that nigga.
And I take him on my team.
Who?
I mean, I'll take him on my team too, but I ain't worried about him bitching and complaining. Do something first. Fuck nigga.
I mean neighbors.
Do Aaron Rodgers get another opportunity?
Of course he will.
Oh yeah, he will.
A mediocre white man, yeah, he gonna get another opportunity. What the fuck you talking about?
A mediocre white man is funny as hell, man. It's true though, but it's funny as hell.
Dayball was good for Josh Allen.
He was. He was.
He does have the reputation of being able to do it. So I mean, do
But
you
I could
see
also say,
just to
I
play
mean,
with him?
yeah, but I could also say Joe Brady was good for Josh Allen too, though.
Hmm.
You
I
can't.
mean,
He got a point.
I don't know, like the Giants, Daboll's in a tough spot, man, because I hear a lot of Giants fans talking about they didn't even want to take a quarterback this year. But for him to save the GM and the coach to say
But a
they
lot of their
job,
reasoning is crazy, man. I know you heard the
yeah,
reason.
yeah. I mean, it's because they want Archie, and they don't even know if Archie coming out next year.
And then they're like, I want Archie, but I also want Dayball fired before we take another quarterback.
I ain't never heard this much hoopla about a motherfucker that ain't even started a game yet. That's crazy.
Because he got that last name attached to his name. That's why.
This shit is insane.
Because I mean, that's been my whole thing. Is like, what happens if Archie plays for Texas and SEC and he's not that good, or I should say not that good. He's not as good as these people think he's gonna be.
I mean, I think we could say that already. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how good he is, but he's definitely not living up to the hype. So, I mean, didn't he redshirt his first season?
Yeah, yeah, he did. I mean, yeah, because Ewers was there. And then the only reason we played last year was because Ewers got hurt. Honestly, but then again,
Yes. So he didn't even get a chance to compete.
I mean, Sarkisian. The thing about Sarkisian, what I've noticed throughout his coaching career in college is like he has like a loyalty to like veterans, like not the freshmen, but like the sophomore, the junior players. So I mean, I just don't know. I'm not willing to hype up Archie because I don't really know how good he is. I got to see him
Right.
for a year first. And even if he does play well, there's no guarantee he's coming out next year anyways. Because he's got like another year. And like the Manning family, like like as far as the quarterbacks go, like Eli and Payne, they stayed all 4 years. So I don't know.
And I can see that price for that NIL money for Arch being a little bit higher to keep him for that senior season too.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they willing to pay. I mean, Texas got that old money, man.
No, I'm talking about Texas. I'm saying Texas offering them a good chunk to be like, hey, look, let me get one more.
And I also heard
we'll give you $12 million to get this senior season out.
And I also heard that the grandfather wanted him to play for the Cowboys. He don't necessarily want to play for the Giants. That's what I heard that too.
Ain't him and Jerry kind of friends and shit too. Anyways,
I think that's kind. I mean, like that. I think that's the reason why he wanted him to play in Texas to begin with, because he always wanted him to play there, and that's where he went. So I don't know. Like I'm just of the opinion like you can't say that you pretty much tanked this year or was bad and you got a top 3 pick. Like it's hard to get in that position year after year after year. So I mean like but like what happens if Archie doesn't come out and Nico and Nussmeier are the best quarterbacks? Is that what you really want to tank for? Because I'm not a big Nussmeier guy. I think Nussmeier is a good quarterback. I just
JB,
don't
what do
know.
you do if you get the 3 and it's the guy not one of the guys you looking at ain't there no more?
Well, I mean, that's if you wanted Cam or Shador. And if you want Cam, then you got to trade up. If you want Cam that bad, you got to trade up and give up assets with the Titans. I mean, that's what you want to do to secure that you get the quarterback that you think you want.
I think one is the only way, huh?
I mean, but also from the Titans, and you want to trade up for Cam, like if the Titans are sold on Cam, then that's who they should draft. Personally, that's how I feel.
You wouldn't move, right?
I'm not solely sold on Cam either. I know Cam can make all the throws. My only thing is like he just plays kind of too nonchalant for me. Like I don't know, if that's just a college thing, or he knew he was better than everybody in the ACC, or what that was. But that kind of concerns me. His turn, like he don't turn over the ball a whole bunch, but when he does, they're not exactly the best. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like no turnover is good. Don't get me wrong, but some of his turnovers just aren't good at all. Like so. I mean, I don't view him like I viewed Jaden or Caleb or Drake last year. I don't view him in that same regard. So, but if you feel like Cam the guy, then you got to draft the guy. Or if the Giants feel like Cam the guy, you trade him and get him. The problem is you're gonna give up. You're gonna do a pick swap this year in the first round. You're gonna give up your first next year. Then you might have to give up maybe a 4th or 5th round. I mean, either this year or next year.
Yeah, you got to take your guy when you think that's the guy. That you just got to hope that um like it's I feel like it's two situations. Like my team a few years ago, we was in a position where we could move up and trade for Trey Lance. But then it's like if you rebuilding and you move up and that's not the guy, oh man, you don't set yourself back like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, but I think the thing for y'all is like y'all had a bad season because like y'all were injured that year. So that year like you had like a what was like it was like a 12 or 13 pick or something like that. So it wasn't that bad for y'all because y'all had already I mean like you had building blocks on your team. So I mean the Giants got building blocks too. It's not like they don't, but like a team
Right.
like the Jets trades up to 1, and you give up
And they miss. Oh man.
And I mean, you don't have those kind of building blocks, and you to go to 7. I'm anticipating the Jets trade up 7-1. They're doing a pick swap in the first round this year. They get up the second round this year. They get up a first next year, maybe like a 3rd or a 4th in the next year. Like that's what you're looking at. And if your team is not that good to begin with, and you make that trade and Cam not that guy, I mean, they're not going to be good for like 3, 4, 5 years. So I mean. It's real tricky.
And new league it starts when?
I believe it's the 15th. I believe
the 10th is the first day of the temperate period. The 12th is the first day of the.
Oh shit. Where we got? Today's the what?
Today's the 22nd.
22nd.
So
All
yeah,
right.
the first day of March is next weekend. I think it's what? Yeah, it's next Saturday.
So we got the combine this week.
And the combine is when they start talking to agents and teams. Start
And
trying
then
to.
we got the new league year
Hey, look,
in
the
2
combine is
weeks.
the real tampering period.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. My team got $130 million. These niggas better be tampering. I really don't care about that shit. Like at the combine, like they had better be tampering.
How would you feel about trading for Myles Garrett?
I mean, we could. I mean, we have the money to pay him, but I mean, Miles ain't gonna want to play here. I mean, like Miles want to win. And why? And I personally, I think the Patriots are about a year or two out from winning. So
You
I don't.
don't think crap? I mean, but yeah, but shit, if you want them, you got to get them now.
Yeah. I mean, like they would trade for him. I'm just not giving them my first round this year. It had to be the first. It had to be the first round
Oh,
in
nah, you know that ain't
2026 or
gonna go.
2027. Yeah, I'm not giving you the number 4 pick in the draft.
So you feel like the number 4 pick in the draft is more valuable than Miles Garrett?
I mean, if they say if
Well, let me put it to you like this: would you rather have Abdul Carter over Miles Garrett?
no, I'd rather have I probably rather have Miles Garrett because I know what Miles Garrett is. And I mean, like Miles Garrett to me at least got another 4 to 5 years. I get a lot of people think Miles is not Miles, Abdul is generation. I've heard people say that. I don't think there's a generational player in this draft, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. I
My
mean,
thing is, we've seen more busts than we've seen superstars.
yeah, so
Okay, so the chances of the player being a bust is way more likely that he's even going to pan out and be a fucking starter. It is more likely he's going to be the bust than to make the 53-man roster. Okay, so I don't know. That's just me. I take that shit.
so I mean if the Browns only wanted the number 4 pick in the draft, then I'd do it. If that's all they
But,
want, number 4 pick this year, then screw it. I'd do it. I mean, but if you want
nah,
ones, then I can't do that.
you're gonna have to give up at least 2 1s for Miles Garrett, dog.
Yeah, but if I'm giving you a number 4, I'm not trying to give you I'm giving you a top 5 pick in the draft. Like I'm not trying to give you another one. Maybe I'll give you a 2 next year.
I
So
mean, I can see you just getting away with 2 1s, but you definitely gonna have to give up this year's one.
I mean, but the reality of it is, if I give you the number 4 pick this year, I'm not trying to give you another one. I'm just not like. I mean,
That's the
like
value of 2 1s right there. Don't give you a top 5 pick.
top 5. That's what I'm saying. I'm giving you a top 5 pick. It ain't like a number 15 or because the thing is, you trade with the Eagles, the Bills, the Chiefs, any of them teams, you're not getting a top 20 pick. You're not even getting a top 10 pick unless
I
something.
mean, you got a point too.
But the teams
So,
he want to go to are in that realm, though, right?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So those are the picks that you're gonna get. So that's what I'm saying. Like for me, it would have to be the number 4 pick, and that was it. Maybe if you want a third next year, and we could do that, but maybe. But I mean, if you want 2 1s from me and you get the number 4 pick, I can't give you a second one. That's just me though. But I mean, your general theory of like Miles is a known commodity versus Abdul. We don't know what Abdul going to be. I mean, like Abdul could be Mike for how much we know. He could be, but he could not. So yeah, I mean, so if they ask for just a number 4 pick overall for Miles Garrett, I probably do it. And we got the money to pay him, so I mean that wouldn't be an issue.
Free agent target.
Who, me?
I mean, you might be able to get away with this year's first, but you're gonna have to give up more than just that, though. Maybe not 2 firsts, but I don't see you just getting Miles Garrett for just 1 first.
I mean, if they want a third next year, I'd do that. If they want a second next year, I'd have to think about it a little bit more, but I'll probably still do it. My top free agent I want to sign is Josh Sweat because I mean, the edge so bad. We have no edges. So I mean, in free agency, like I want to draft an edge too, but they also got to sign with a free agency because like I said, we traded Judon away last year. We have no edges, so we need honestly, like I think the Patriots need to draft 2 edges. To be honest with you.
You might well just take Milton and Joshua. How you talking? Goddamn.
But I mean, Milton's not. He's not an edge though. Like I mean, like he's a D tackle though.
He could play a little edge though.
I mean, he could. He could. I mean, we have the money to do it. I mean, plus, I mean, there's no wide receivers that I really want to pay on the free agency market. To be honest, like I was cool if they wanted to pay T came. I'd have been cool with it. I don't love T Higgins, but I think he's still a really good player. But I mean, the rest of the wide receivers on this market just not that good. Godwin's not like I maintained this throughout the whole season. Man, Godwin's not leaving Tampa Bay, bro. He don't. I mean, like he seemed to me to be of that like Mike Evans ilk where he'll only play for one team. Right. And I'm not saying he's Mike Evans in terms of going to the Hall of Fame, but in terms of his mindset of playing for a team, like I view him in that same mindset. So after him and Higgins, you got what? You got Stephon Diggs who's probably going to stay in Texas. And I'm trying to get the other wide receivers. I mean, the other wide receivers don't really inspire me to want to spend on them. So
It would be
Hey,
crazy if Stephon went to the Cowboys, huh?
hey, sir,
That's
why your
that's
boy
what he been.
crashing out, man?
I mean, but that's what he's been saying though. He's been saying that he want to play with his brother though.
Hey, sir, why one of your conference mate crashing out over that Matthew Stafford news?
What happened?
Raw.
What happened with Stafford?
You know they gave him the permission to search for a trade, and
Yeah,
Oh
yesterday
man,
he had before
no,
they
I mean,
said it though. He said
and
we extending Stafford tomorrow, and now he got a picture of Steve Smith on his.
and he gotta relax, man. I mean, like just because a team tell you that don't mean the dude getting traded though.
he not going nowhere, bruh. Ain't nobody paying Matthew Stafford $60 million, yo,
He
but the
want
Rams.
he want that, and plus the Rams want a first round pick for him. They're not getting
Man,
that.
listen, the Rams want him to play out his contract the
And
next 2 years because they're obligated, and then they're gonna tell him to go about his business. But he's not getting an extension. He's not getting traded, and
yeah,
he's not going to retire.
no, he's not. Um, and so I had to look this up. Right, the wide receiver free agency market outside of Higgins and Godwin is it's Diggs, Keenan Allen, Omari Cooper, Deontay Johnson, DeAndre Hopkins, and Mike Williams, and I mean Hollywood Brown. And I'm not gonna read the rest of the names because I'm not about to waste my time with the rest of them niggas. So the market ain't that robust.
Yeah, it's a little shaky.
A little, it's just a lot shaky. But I
After
mean,
you
but the
get past the first maybe three.
I mean, you could deal if you got a veteran quarterback, then you should be good with Stephon Diggs. I wouldn't like. It's
That's
not
why I
good for
said
my
maybe three,
yeah
because I
yeah.
got Stephon, I got
Keenan
Chris Godwin.
yeah Keenan getting old, bro. Like I honestly think Keenan going back to
Yeah,
the Packers. I think and Amari Cooper, like I don't know, man. What I seen out of Amari in Buffalo, man, I don't know how many years he got left. He might not have any years left the way he looking.
That boy
So
was looking. That boy was looking
I mean, he's
very
looking washed.
old.
Yeah, he's looking washed. Yeah. But it gives, but to go back to gives you more credence that man, wide receiver wise, if you don't trade for one or you don't draft one, they are never going on the free agency market. Like it's like a left tackle. Like left tackles do not, the good ones don't get the free agency.
they don't.
So, but I mean, league year about to start soon. Combine is this upcoming week, so it's things are starting to get a little bit busy.
Yeah, yeah. Right back at it, man.
Yeah.
Right back at it. Jeez, they really trying to make this shit 365
I
with
mean, it pretty much is though.
moving the combine up.
But I actually like them moving the combine because I remember
Yeah,
it was like the first second week of March, so it was just a lot of time, and between the Super Bowl and free agency starting, I mean that they got time for that, and so that, and then I mean for those that don't really know the combine, like that's where they start working out the framework for these free agency deals. And I mean, league want to put out this tampering period and all that, but like they start tampering at the combine, man.
yeah.
Yeah. You talking the ages and everything at the combine. You trying
You're
to see
talking
what's
to
going on
agents,
for
you're talking to
sure.
GMs, you're talking, you're talking to all the personnel that because pretty much all the front office personnel and even the coaches, they're all at the combine. So they're
You
all
said
there.
what it say, Jig? I think it say champions, dog. That
But,
nigga a troll, fam.
but yeah, I mean that's just that's the combines where a lot of deals get done, man. Like if you're gonna trade and do all of that.
Hey, JMIK. So I was in the grocery store and I had the hat on, had my little shirt. You know what I mean? I'm walking around. All I hear is, man, fuck the Eagles. I turn around, buddy, cheek down. I said, oh shit, my fault, fam.
But I mean, if you're a Chiefs fan, how can you really say that? Because you beat the same team in the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
I think
So
it's the
you really
40-6.
don't. You really
I think
can't
it's
say.
the
Fuck
40-6,
you.
bro. It's the score that make them mad.
I
If it was
mean,
close, if they had lost by 3, they'd be like, man, we running it back. But it's like, man, we got embarrassed.
I don't know, but it goes to that age-old argument. Like, do you prefer to get blown out, or do you prefer to only lose by a touchdown or less? Like, that's a question you gotta ask yourself. And I mean, could you stomach getting beat in the Super Bowl, like y'all lost it to them the first time around? Can you really stomach that versus getting like? Because at least if you get blown out, you'd be like, well, shit, I was never in it, so whatever. So it's whatever. But I mean, losing a close game, especially the Super Bowl, like that is real tough.
I'd rather get blown out. I ain't gonna hold you.
See?
Because if
Nah.
I feel like I had a chance in the game and we lost,
You're gonna be
that
mad.
would
You
hurt.
gotta do
Uh-uh.
100 reasons why, Pop. You do like we did in 2022. We sitting around like, man, if we could have got a sack.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd rather get blown out. Be like, okay, I see what the issues are clearly. All right, move on. It'll be easier to take that loss.
Mm-mm. I don't never want to see my team not be able to compete. Y'all can keep that shit. I'd rather lose in overtime by 3 points than to get my ass blown out in the Super Bowl. No, sir.
Gina,
Uh-uh.
It's not hard for me to say because I mean, I wasn't born yet, but I mean, we got blown out by the '85 Bears, like one of the worst Super Bowls in the history of Super Bowl. I didn't experience it, but I've seen the game, so I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
saying.
that's number two.
Jigga,
Yeah.
stay out my. Hey, Jigga, you gotta stay out my business, bro. Hey, who I took with our second round pick, y'all? Who I took with that second round pick? At 64, Sebastian Castro. Come on, man.
Yeah. I mean, but I can speak to losing close. Like I seen when we had a perfect season going, and we lost to the Giants by 3 points. You know, I didn't turn on ESPN for 2 months. I was a lot younger then. So I believe I was like my early 20s. Like I stepped away from sports altogether. I didn't watch. I didn't listen to no talk radio. I ain't do nothing that had to do with any kind of sport. That's how bad that was. So I mean, like the argument go either way. Like whether you prefer to get blown out or like lose close.
Hey, Jigga, you see that at 64? You see your boy Smitty, man. Sebastian Castro, man. Oh, man, I'm on it, man. The black book has been opened.
I mean, Gina, I'm not debating what you're saying. Like getting blown out is embarrassing, but it's also not too much more fun to lose a close game either.
Yeah, it's just like pick your poison at that point.
Yeah, it's not easy.
I think the blowout feel better because you like if you getting blown out in the third quarter, you can kind of go ahead and start enjoying your night. You know what I mean? Hey, fuck it, we getting blown out, cool. When you got that close game, you on the edge of your seat, like please, just take the lead and win. And then when you lose, it's like
I mean, losing close in the Super Bowl, it's just tough, man. Because the aftermath of that, like you'll point to 50 different plays that could have gone a different way, and it's just like at least if you get blown out like that's not occurring. Like you got blown out, you were never close. It's whatever.
Hey, Bina crashing out.
Yeah. Because I mean, the craziest thing is like to this day, I still have not watched either one of those like giant Super Bowls for a second time. Like that's the crazy thing. Like the Eagles Super Bowl that we lost, like I've rewatched it. It wasn't as painful though. But them two giant Super Bowls, I've never watched them shits back again, and I would never watch them games back again. So.
I mean, I hear y'all, but nah.
Nah, listen, sir. I haven't made an agreement on either side, but I only because I've never gotten built, so I can't really even be like I understand the bill. Both of my Super Bowl losses that I witnessed in the 2000s, it was close.
It was close, yeah. Because I was gonna say like the first Super Bowl from the Patriots I actually watched was.
I didn't see that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The one against the Raiders, I think. We got built. I didn't see that. So.
Yeah, so like the first Super Bowl I ever watched with the Patriots was the Patriots and the Packers. We didn't get belted, but we still lost. I think we lost by like 2 touchdowns. It wasn't like a belt game, but it was just like the Packers were just better. I mean, Reggie White did whatever the hell he wanted to do in that game. He did whatever the hell he wanted to do. So
that's one of the biggest mistakes in Eagle history, dog.
Yeah. So I mean, like the Packers. I mean, forever for that reason, like I still kind of have a disliking for the Packers for that. But
Nigga, you talking about mistakes? We traded Charles Haley to the Cowboys, and they won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years.
Yeah, that's a pretty big mistake. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, but also you looking from the other way. I mean, Dion played there first, and then he went to y'all. So
Gave them niggas another Super Bowl.
Hey, beat him. Hell nah. I ain't getting up to this shit.
Nah, I ain't never seen, I ain't never had no belt to ass. I gave the Broncos one though, but
and then y'all give the Bengals one too.
nah, both of the Bengals was by 4.
So I mean, like, who did the Bengals play in the Super Bowl that I mean they got belted? They got belted in one of them.
Nobody. They was in all 3 of them.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Because I could have swore they got belted one time. I don't know. For some reason, I thought they got belted one time.
26, 16, 20, 20 to 23.
Maybe it's another team I'm thinking about that got belted. Somebody got belted by that. Who? So y'all belted?
Buffalo got belted twice.
Bills got belted. Super belt. They got that super belt too.
So they got the Super Belt and the Super Bowl. That's crazy.
Boy. Hey, Beta, you will not belt me, okay? You will never get that opportunity.
So what Super Bowl in the 80s am I thinking about?
Well, Washington and Dallas belted Buffalo.
Yeah, so I must be thinking about the Washington-Denver Super Bowl where like Washington belted Denver in '88.
Sheesh.
And then y'all belted the Broncos. That's what it was. It was that 55-10 Super Bowl. That's Super Bowl I'm thinking about.
Yeah, you dead wrong for that, sir.
55-10, yeah. Said Montana didn't even play the 4th quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, but see, that's the thing about this generation, the Super Bowls, like they're used to these close games. Like in the 90s when I was growing up, them Super Bowls was not that close. Like a bunch of
most of the Super Bowls I saw growing up was like it was blowouts.
Yeah, it was like belt to ass.
Yeah, AFC was getting punched on.
So I mean, the trend of the AFC winning just started in like the 2000s on to now. Like it's a newer trend. So
it's gonna be a fun season. But what y'all think? Hey, Debo, that's another entrance before we get out here. Y'all got any interesting destinations for him? I think the Chargers would be nice.
I mean, if you stay in California, I just don't want him on my team. That's all.
I can see him going to Washington.
Yeah, I mean, you can go there because I mean they have the San Francisco connection, though.
They got money.
Yeah, I hate to tell you this, but man, like they could get like a lot of the 49er players that are leaving, they could be signing a good amount of them players. Like guys like Dre Greenlaw, who's a free agent. I would think the 49ers will try to sign him back, but if they don't, I can see him going to Washington.
The NFC Niners? Yeah.
I mean, Adam Peters was in that organization.
Yeah, damn it.
He was.
So
I forgot.
So I can see it.
GM. Damn it.
So I can see him, like, if Dre don't want to stay with the, like, I don't, like, for me, if I'm Dre Greenlaw, I probably stay there though. Like, I probably like playing next to like, I just that defensive system. I would like to stay there. But there's rumors that like, and Hufunga's going to leave too though. There's rumors of that. The corner dude pretty much said he's not going to stay in California because of the whole situation with his daughter dying or whatever. Yeah, so I get that. So, yeah, and they got a lot of money too. I think the Commanders got like 80 million too. So
yeah, they got 80.
I don't think we was going to try to re-sign Ward regardless. He just hasn't played good the last 2 seasons. I mean, as far as Hafunga, I don't see us re-signing him either. I think we're going to let him walk. Greenlaw is probably the only one that we're going to try to retain.
What do you think you're giving Purdy? 55?
Who?
L. Brockington, sir. L. Brockington per day.
You said who?
I don't know. 50, 55, something like that. I don't know.
Jigga, he already said he might go after Mill or Josh, you know what I mean? But Josh is first on the list, though. He gonna get Josh. He gonna offer Josh like 19 and a half. Josh gonna sign that motherfucker in 20 seconds.
They're saying that Luther Burton's comp is Jeremy Maclin. Interesting.
You know me comparing him to my favorite Eagle all time.
Jeremy Maclin's your favorite Eagle of all time?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I thought you would have picked somebody else.
Hey man, I like the underdog, man.
And then they're calling Travis Hunter's comp Trent McDuffie at cornerback.
Ooh.
At cornerback, but they're trying to call Travis Hunter a wide receiver. His
I don't know
comp
how true this is, but they said Dallas has not contacted Micah about contract extensions, but it's being rumored that the Cowboys have contacted other teams to see the conversation.
I don't know, man. Like Dak's cap hit, boy. His cap hit is crazy.
That's
I
why I
seen
said
that
the
the other
Mike.
day.
No, I'm talking about Micah. They said for Micah.
Nah, but I'm talking about Dak like that. That's just like the
Ain't
cap.
it 90? Ain't it something
It's
like
like
90 right
yeah,
now?
I think this year comes the highest. Is going to be the highest cap number that he has on his contract. It's like 80, 90 million. I'm like, Jesus
It's like
Christ.
90. But I think 35 of it from the previous contract, right?
Yeah, I don't know, but that to have one player taking up 80 to 90 million of your cap is crazy.
Well, if they trade Micah, that would be the most laughable thing.
There's no way in the world they trade Micah Parsons though. It's not
If they
happening.
do, that'd be hella laughable, bro.
As much as I like Miles Garrett, I can trade him. I'm not trading Micah Parsons. He's too young and he's too good. And I take the speed over the strength.
I mean, my
I
only
If
thing with
you
Micah
do,
is
if Micah does hit the market, let's say they are serious, we know 2 firsts is
three.
minimum.
I don't know about 3. I'm not giving you 3 for a non-quarterback.
Then you can't have him then.
And I'll give you 2 firsts and maybe a second or a third or something like that. I'll give you that.
I just feel like on the defensive side of the ball, Micah Parsons is intradable.
I mean, I get his
Period.
value, but to me, he just doesn't defend the run that well. I mean, you could run right at him. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Not gonna stay. He's not gonna set the edge that great.
Bro, listen, I know Dak Prescott came out and made that statement about them being close. I don't know.
Close to what?
Close to competing. Like he believed one off season he could compete.
Close to the Oklahoma line?
I don't see that shit. I just don't see it. And the jigger, that's crazy. That man said Jordan Davis got more sacks than Parsons in the playoff. That's wild.
I mean, but the other wild part about it is like you saying you're close, and then 2 days later, your essentially your Hall of Fame guard retires. So now you got to replace him too.
How close did he think you was?
Man, I don't see how they're not even a top 2 team in their own division. So how close are you? And I mean, the only reason why the Giants ain't ahead of them is because the Giants ain't got a quarterback. If the Giants had a legit quarterback, the Cowboys would be, in my mind, last in that division. Because I mean, like when I look at the Giants roster and the Cowboys roster outside the quarterback, I feel like the Giants got a better roster, than the Cowboys do.
I just want to say it ain't a big discrepancy when you go from one to the next. Like,
yeah, I mean, if you exclude the quarterback, the Cowboys roster is not as good as the Giants.
No.
So
this is gonna be an interesting offseason. But listen, man, it's gonna be interesting. You see the conversation today, 2 hours, Saturday morning. You can catch us here, man. We're gonna be talking about draft.
Yeah.
Talking about free agency, all the latest news, man. If you're looking for it, you can find it at the CheckDown, man. So
yeah. And I'll just answer Jigga's question. I haven't heard my team saying they're going heavy after Milton. They could, but I've not heard that. So, yeah.
Be nice. I mean, hey, man, he need a home. You know what I mean? Sweat gonna need a home. They could be, you know what I mean? Going to Boston, man.
Man, I mean, I'm cool paying Sweat $20 million a year. I mean, I don't know about paying Williams $20 million a year though.
Yeah, that's a double investment.
Yeah.
What y'all got for the people before we get out of here, man? Any final words?
I mean, just let me stay tapped in. Like we're gonna have more conversations like this. Combine coming up, free agency coming up, tampering period coming up. So it's about to get a little bit more busy around here, like right when the league year starts. And the interesting thing, I'll just tell the people like right after the combine's over, that's the deadline for the tag. So yeah, like, subscribe, keep tuning in, and we're gonna continue to have content. And to stay with us during the off season.
Yeah, just tell a friend, and keep tapping in with us every Saturday.
Certified?
Oh no, I ain't got nothing though. Y'all got it.
All right. Hey man, keep tapping in for the hottest content, the hottest news, man, on YouTube. Saturday mornings, 11:15, right here with the four of us, man. And be on the lookout, man. We're gonna be bringing some special guests in, doing some mock drives. We getting it in, man. The off season begins here. Appreciate you.